Check, check. That's better. Anyway, America, hello world. Uh, we got something bitching. We got something bitching right now. Something about this. It says we have an excellent connection. So here we go. Telluric Energy, folks. Uh, uh, I had planned and had some stuff in my head earlier, and I got my computer out. I seen that Tartarian Meltdown was having a live chat stream, so I stopped what I was doing to listen to what he had to say. So I watched him for a while and just got done. And I mentioned a couple little things about bricks there while they were talking and stuff, but we need to get in a pool anyway to have more heads thinking in one object, and that's to recreate these beautiful red brick structured buildings with power. But by understanding telluric energy, will help minimize the damage that's being caused today by a bunch of people who really don't understand telluric energy, or they become so maniacal and twisted that they allow the non-understanding of the forces of telluric energy to just just let it burn when it burns, and we'll just take the risk and the chances, and that's what insurance companies for, and little order out of chaos, and people run around and put fires out and so forth. So I'll further demonstrate this in my commentary tonight about telluric energy. And right in the name, it's electric. It's just gobbly-gobbed so you don't understand it. That's how everything's structured for you, because they want you to have a gobbly-gob mind. So as we start restructuring our own lives and we allow God to mash our clay, we become wiser and look at things. And we need to spread those truths to other people, because the more minds together, the smarter we become intellectually by putting the pieces together, because I would never be here today if it wasn't for truthers out there. So thank you, every one of you truthers, from the guy that has the least subscribers to the one who has hundreds of thousands and now making money and become part of the problem instead of the solution. Because what are you doing with it? You're not doing nothing to change nothing except making your world better, and that ain't the objective, is it? It's to make everyone. If there's one kid starving today, that's a reason to shut the world down, not for some hocus pocus shit that our FDA and our, you know what, go back years and you see there's 50,000 doctors screaming, hey, it's okay to smoke and smoke. Your doctors are goofball puppets that work for a system of goofball puppets to keep them working, to make sickness. They're sick. There's the truth. But that's not what this is about. We're talking about telluric energy and the fields of it that they don't understand. They build grid systems on. So of what occurs, because you create switches, and if you know anything about switches and Tesla coils and so forth, you start, I don't want to have this big lecture about telluric energy and and everything. I'm not here to teach you about that. I'm trying to get you to open your mind to see it, and I'm trying to make it easy. I don't want to have a lot of gobbly-gob words like telluric energy, and I'll just break it down for you. Electric is in the word itself, and it's a force of energy that is given by what Native Americans here would call Mother Earth. Okay? And they give us images of what this Earth looks like, a ball in space and spinning and so forth, and that's absolutely not. They void out other geographical boundaries that go beyond the ice ring that's around us, and that's part of the telluric energy as well. Not just the little ball that they portray, that they put on a piece of paper and make it round and spin it in your face and show you this and call it geography and so forth, and this is where you live. No, that's 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 not where you live. You know, that's where we live, yeah, but that's not the only place where we could live. But they closed the door to that for why? My belief is down the line, this is their spot where they're going to introduce people, and it's going to be Mars. That's why nobody can go to Antarctica and so forth. And this is what I know, folks. Okay, you don't have to believe me or not, but I know this is the absolute truth because there's a great revealing, and these truths have been revealed by themselves through their mouths. They told on themselves with their images. And look, even in the Word of God it says, don't let the rudiments and traditions of men spoil you. Well, you can look at other ways, even to those that are evil. Their rudiments and traditions have spoiled them beyond compare. So, you know, with the lie, look how much energy they have to spend just continuing a lie, watching, you know, covering this lie, and how do we perpetuate the lie more and forward. And now we pass the football to SpaceX and Elon Musk, and there's another cartoon character from the 50s, and you know, and soon you're going to have Elvis shooting through the Space Needle, right? And he's going to be the mark of the beast. And you see that Donald Trump will have a great wound, and he'll become better. And who knows? It's a stage. So, you know, even the election you'll see was another stage. You know, a twist in the story. So, okay, but anyway, let's get to telluric energy. Okay, telluric energy. Okay, now we think about telluric energy and we say what? Okay. Telluric energy. Now looky here. The Earth's energy is observed by the engineers of telegraphy and telephony in the mid-1800s behaved exactly like the powerfully surging Earth currents described by Kirchner. The engineers observed Earth power so enormous it could not be attributed to electrostatic accumulations, nor to the weak electrical strains induced in ground systems by auroral discharges. These currents were fiery and potent. Okay, well, there it is, part of your telluric energy system that's in our toroidal field. Okay, so we lay all these lines down, and you know, if you see, there's what somebody would call hot spots, you know, and just like how someone used to find water with this dowsing stick and so forth, well, they do the same thing, you know, to find these hot spots of where the hottest spots of telluric energy is. And if you go in forests and you do these simple experiments, and I'll show you one, you can do simple experiments to see how great of energy fields that forests create. It's just beautiful, and you don't understand it because you can't picture it in your mind. When a telluric energy field skips into a grid system that's above the ground, it can cause big balls of electricity that roll across. It will just come up right from the ground. You call it what you want, but you can manifest it too with a tool called a fasces. Telluric energy can be pulled up, lured up electricity, pow, from the ground, from these grid systems that you ride on. And that's what they're trying to figure out how to do it, and they're trying to re-engineer the past so they have the ability to do that. Perhaps they already do, and you see some of these balls that run around, and I don't know if those are man-made or those were manifested by the telluric energy fields that can find a part of a switch, the doorway, and accumulate great loads of energy and have nowhere to go, and wham, it comes out in this big plasma ball, if you will. And anyway, so, and a fiery point. So I wanted to say that right there. And I'll say this too. If you say lights out, right? I just did a video the other day. Well, here's with this telluric energy and what I was saying right here. even the infrastructure, how old it is. In West Marin, the Tolacoma PNG Pacific Gas and Electric substation on the Ignacio Alema 66 kV line has only one line for both the input and output. It represents the vestige of such devices. An installation that has been in operation for at least 70 years. Today, probably no one in PG&E even knows how it all works. Don't expect the lights to stay on too much longer, folks. Engineers have been replaced by lawyers, and safety has been replaced by insurance. It's a let it burn policy, you see, folks. And what happens all over California, stuff's burning to the ground, and something's occurring there that's doing it. Is it the Telluric Energy fields that are toasting these homes like with that much force, or is it people with directional energy weapons that are doing the same thing, creating a telluric energy and melting these houses like in Paradise and so forth in Australia? So I don't know, folks, but we start putting the things together, and you see you lure up electricity through telluric energy. Okay, now we'll close that for a minute. We'll say this. We'll look at this for a minute. No, not that. Turn that off. Turn this off. One rock. Let's get this guy going up. No, this guy here. Pardon me, folks. I'm trying to get something to scroll up. Okay. I don't know why that's doing that, but it is. Something maybe not responding. Oh, no, it's responding. So we got there, telluric energy, one rock. Wireless transmission. We read that. Trying to get, see, I don't have nothing rehearsed, folks. I just kind of get some stuff together and ride from there. Okay, and we looked at that already. We looked at that already. Right? Yeah, we read that. We read both those. Okay, then we'll move over here. Okay, I was talking about that you could do your own experiments. Well, we read this. Earth batteries. Okay. Those who doubt these facts may attempt the simplest of experiments. Place two identical copper rods in the ground. However, distance your skepticism demands. The ground can be dry. Connect a galvanometer to each rod by means of a thin wire. An anomalous positive reading results. The simple fact illustrates concepts taught by Nathan Subterfield, who stated that Earth batteries do not generate electricity. They intercept and receive ground-flowing telluric currents. If you wish to find strong telluric currents by this means, place one or of your two ground rods into a tree root. The galvanometer should be wired close to the base. The other rod is wired and can be placed in sequentially different spots. Reading can literally pin the meter, holding it there for weeks. For weeks, folks. See there? So that just gives you a little bit more understanding right there in your own mind's eyes. Earth batteries, you know. So just like I'll say, you know, that the model, okay? There's the model, and here's the schematic for that model, okay? That's a schematic for a power converter, okay? Now, you look at that component there, and you look at our grid system here on what, as much as that we're allowed to see, because they're blocking it out now more and more from Google. In the past, you'd be able to see everything I'm talking about real simple, but the real truthers out there already know this is truth. So this is just a quick thing, not a teaching to break anything down to you, other than to get your mind to look that telluric energy is real, And the energy vampires of this earth are metering us to death, and that's what they are. They're vampires, and it shouldn't be that way, because actually by them being greedy, they set us up for failure down the line with these telluric energy fields that could harm communities and zap whole entire communities right to the ground, especially with them putting these 5G network towers everywhere. And just the amount of electricity that they can harness is just ungodly, folks. And if a telluric energy field came through the switch and entered into a grid system like that, it would be perhaps cataclysmic for us all. So we live under a dome. We're in a glass jar, folks, so we need to wake up about that. So, and that right there is what that would look like. That schematic that I just showed you. So, earth batteries. You know. So go do that experiment, and we'll go over here and we'll say with the end note here. You know, like I was just saying here a minute ago. What's going on here? I don't know. This unit I was just showing you. This unit exhibited the property of materializing and dematerializing electric energy without regard for the law conservation of energy. This is another example of synchronous parameter variation. In this case, inductance, L in Henry's, time in seconds, gave rise to the positive resistance, R ohms. Hence, the unaccounted for destruction of electric energy. It must be just as illegal to destroy energy as it is to create it. Don't you think? E is not equal to mc squared. There is no matter to energy equivalency. This is the great white lie. See? It is the great white lie. I'm certain that you should be able to start seeing it and saying, hey, undoubtedly, it's been a lie. And, you know, we go here and we see red bricks. All the mountains are melted buildings, folks. Okay? All the mountains. And just like when we were talking about telephony and telepathy, telephony systems, you know, Earth is a battery, and they tricked us into everything. Telluric energy, folks. Telluric energy. And we read that. Yeah, let it burn policy. And that's how I really wanted to end it. I just had it mixed up. So there it is, folks. We already read that. So it's a let it burn policy, because they become dumbed down through technologies, and it's keeping everything compartmentalized. They don't even know how their own system runs and operates, or the possibilities of telluric energy burning down big grids and harming many. So it's been a red brick moment, and that's it. Red bricks, and we're going to close and say, adios, amigos. Red bricks in your face. Telluric energy. Let's all get together. No more division. Once we get together and start getting power, energy, then we can start doing those other things in the red brick community to make this world better, folks. Red bricks to y'all. Red bricks.